I've been watching the NBA since the early 70s. And this year, I think this is kind of funny, but I'm all of a sudden a Jayson Tatum hater. And all I said about 7 years ago is this kid's really good, but he may want to model his game after Kobe Bryant, but he's not Kobe. Like, you got to occasionally, as a star, just be selfish. Even Steph Curry, who I love, can be, hey, it's my ball. Stay away. And so I've said with Tatum, I look at the Celtics as a great team. And he's their most versatile, talented player. But he's not always their best player. And I'm not even sure if he's their lead alpha. I think Jaylen Brown is. So last night's a great example. 3 Celtics were out. Drew Holiday, Porzingis, and Jayson Tatum. And Peyton Pritchard scored 43, and Derek White scored 41. That's what makes the Celtics great. It's not Tatum. It's the team thing. That tells you a lot about the team. In the 70s, the Sonics were great. The leading scorer in their championship year was Gus Williams, 19 a game. The Washington Bullets, at the time they were called, they were great. Their best player in their championship season, Elvin Hayes, 19 points a game. Like, the 70s was about team construction, good coaching, 1 B++ star. Right? Then Magic dynasties, Bird dynasty, Shaq dynasty, Kobe dynasty, LeBron, Steph, KD, MJ. Then it was the dynasties taking over the NBA. Duncan. It was unbelievably otherworldly all-time talents. You know, guys that are on the all-time starting 5, first, second, third team. What the Celtics are is 70s basketball. Now, they may be the best constructed team ever, but this is not a star-driven team. Last night's a great example. In fact, think about this. When Jokic misses a game, the Denver Nuggets are 10 points less of a team. And they're like under 500. When Steph misses a game, Warriors are 7 points less of a team. I looked it up this morning. Here's another one. When Giannis is out, the Bucks, 500 team, 7 points less as a team. When Jayson Tatum is out the last 2 years, the Celtics are not only 10-2, they're 8 points better without him.
Oh, my God.
So you're trying to tell me he's Steph. You're trying to tell me he's Giannis. You're trying to tell me he's Jokic. The team's 8 points better when he leaves. In fact, last night's the first time in Celtics history 2 guys scored 40-plus points. Tatum and Brown have never done it. So it's like telling me Brock Purdy should be paid like Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Mahomes. Jayson Tatum's really good. But the story last night is what they are. They are a master class in roster construction because Danny Ainge is a personnel savant, and so is Brad Stevens. Back-to-back brilliant GMs. Howie Roseman level. Aggressive, smart, risk taker. Stevens is brilliant. He's too smart for college basketball, probably. And Danny Ainge is brilliant. How many teams has he taken to the showers over the years? And they've constructed, I mean, it's like they beat the NBA apron. Like they have a cheat code. They have more good players than everybody. I mean, Peyton Pritchard dropping 43. The hell's going on? No other team's got a guy like Peyton Pritchard going to win 6th Man of the Year dropping 43 when the star's out. So Holiday's out, Porzingis is out, Tatum's out. They got 2 other guys that can go 40-plus. So it's not a criticism. They're like the 70s team. They're not Shaq and Kobe. They're not Steph and KD. They're not MJ and Pippen. I mean, they're not even Duncan, Parker, and Manob.
Okay, but who cares? That's not the conversation. I mean, it's just kind of absurd to kind of paint this whole argument and be like, and see, and that's why Jayson Tatum's not that good. Oh, the Celtics are actually better without him. The fact that you have this plus minus, or that they have a winning record and that they score more points and this or that, that should show you how that type of money ball attitude and those stats and analytics can be wildly misleading. Because under that logic, then trade Jayson Tatum. Move on from him. Save the money. You'll get a huge haul of picks and whatever. So move on from him then under that logic. They're apparently better without him. It's absurd. It really is. And I got news for you. Steph Curry didn't play against the Denver Nuggets in the playoffs when they won in 22. They beat Jokic. Steph Curry wasn't playing. You know who was the hero? Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole. When Steph and KD were on the team and Steph wasn't playing, KD and that Warriors team played awesome. They won games. So like what are we saying here? There's been many games throughout the career of Steph. And I love Steph. Steph's one of my favorite players of all time. Against the Oklahoma City Thunder famously, where Klay Thompson is the one that unleashed and piled on the points. Steph wasn't even the MVP in 2015. It was Andre Iguodala. And again, like to say like, oh, they're a great team. So are the Warriors. So are these other teams that you're talking about. Like Steph having Klay, KD, Draymond, Jordan Poole at the time when Jordan Poole was balling. I mean, so many, Sean Livingston, like so many of these players that unless you really watch the games and see how these games were won, you're like, this was big. The way how the Warriors won in 2015, their first championship, there were huge moments, huge key stretches when you're watching like Barbosa, Livingston, honestly, and a couple other names that I couldn't even remember right now off the top of my head that were massive because that's how basketball works. That's how basketball's played. We talk about LeBron James beating, the Spurs. Well, it took a Hall of Famer three-pointer to just even make that happen. Otherwise, they don't even win that. So, there's a lot going on here. A lot. LeBron James having literally, Dwayne Wade, Bosh. So, like, I just don't know. I don't know what we're trying to argue here. Yes, I think a prime Steph Curry is better than Jayson Tatum. And I think even massive Jayson Tatum fans or Boston Celtics fans would probably concede that. That's okay. That's totally fair. So I don't get the comparing of the two in this immediate moment. I really don't. Steph Curry was never the alpha on the Warriors. It's been Draymond Green. When Draymond Green got thrown out of the game and wasn't allowed to play in the next game, the Warriors lost. When KD got injured in the finals, the Warriors lost. So I just don't know what we're saying. And again, I love Steph Curry. I just made a whole video talking about him being, one of the best to ever do it. So like this isn't downplaying Steph Curry. But I just don't understand why we're using this set of logic to try to take away from Jayson Tatum when it just does not make sense. Even the year that when Steph won without like KD and stuff like that, he had other players like step up big time. So yeah, I mean, I just don't get using a random game with Pritchard and White, obviously playing awesome, obviously being able to have that moment with everyone else not playing against the Blazers, like using this as somehow, evidence. I mean, it's just, that doesn't make sense. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Boston Celtics? And I guess, the downplaying of Jayson Tatum's role on this team. Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment. It's whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions, get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're well on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.